guys, you can probably see very, very little of me right now. That's because it is 4 a.m. Marlena just woke for a nighttime feed. She doesn't wake every night. Most nights she sleeps through the night. I think she woke because the dog left the room and the door was a little bit open and the Christmas tree lights were on and it was quite bright. They turned them off before she fully woke, but there was no stopping her waking, so I fed. And usually how we do that is if she wakes, I take her to change her diaper, because if it's so wet she just will not go back to sleep. And then I feed in the bedroom. I have a glider in the bedroom and I feed in there, and then she just kind of passes out milk drunk and goes back to sleep. Now, she wasn't quiet past that when I just lied her back down. She was just chewing on her fist, so we'll see when I go back in a second. I have to go get myself some water. But yeah, she doesn't, most nights she sleeps through the night. If she wakes, it's usually one nighttime feed, and it's pretty quick. It's a lot, like she's just going at it, but it's pretty quick. So I'm going to have me some water and go back to bed. Good night. Good morning, y'all. I completely forgot that I was going to film this video today, so I've been up for close to an hour. I heard my husband come home from PT. He had to get up about 5:20 this morning, so obviously I woke up then. We have the alarm set on my phone because his alarm is way too loud and he won't hear like the quiet alarms, but I will. So I set the alarms on my phone. Marlena still stirs every time he gets up, but she didn't wake, so sometimes she will wake. So yeah, and then I heard him come home about just past 7, and I decided to get up so I can spend a little bit of time with him, because it turned out he had to go to work for 8 a.m. this morning instead of the usual kind of 8:39ish, which sucks. But yeah, Marlena is still asleep. We were trying to implement a sleep schedule for her where we wake her at certain times in the morning, just to kind of make the evening time easier. Doesn't work, so I'm just gonna let her sleep until she wakes. She had that 4 a.m. feed, so she might sleep a little bit longer. I think maybe 9, probably at the longest. I just made myself some breakfast. It's 2 eggs on an English muffin with some avocado. Most mornings I eat oatmeal, but this morning it felt like something hearty. As you can see, I haven't brushed my hair. I'm still in my pajama top. I'm actually wearing Jacob's sweatpants because I took the dog out this morning. Usually he takes him out to pee in the mornings because he was under a bit of time pressure this morning. I took him out. So yeah, guten Appetit. Okay guys, so I finished breakfast. My tea got cold again. This is the story of my life. All you moms out there know the story of your tea or coffee getting cold constantly. So I'm about to put this in the microwave and tidy up the kitchen a little bit. Marlena is still asleep. It's now 8:15. So yeah, let's tidy. Excuse my outfit. As I said, sweatpants and a pajama top. So I'm gonna plunk you on right here. Let's get started. Does anyone else think microwaves should have a quiet setting, like where you can turn off the beeping noise? Just don't beep. When you're done, just turn off. I will notice you are done. I don't need the beep, especially when my baby's asleep. Finished tidying the kitchen, so now I'm gonna tidy around the living room a little bit. I think Marlena woke up. Let's have a look. I was right. She woke up. So first thing we're gonna do is have a little cuddle while she's still waking. Some kisses, some cuddles. And then we're gonna change her diaper in a second. Alright, diaper time. Yeah. All done. Diaper changed. So now it's time to have a morning feed. While I will feed in public, anywhere and everywhere, I don't think I'm quite comfortable getting my boobs out on the internet. So I'm gonna kind of film from here up. You can still see her head right there. So I exclusively breastfeed. I do pump as well, so that my husband can give her a bottle, usually weekend mornings, so I can get a bit of a sleep in, or if I want to go to the gym or something like that, he can feed her. But that's all exclusively breast milk as well. Breastfeeding has been pretty good for the most part. Now it can be quite frustrating at times when she is clearly hungry, but she just doesn't want to take the boob, where she thinks one boob is stupid and you just need the other one, but the other one's empty, and she just won't take the left because she wants the right, but the right is empty. Also, I learned that if I don't eat properly, even for just a day, or I don't drink enough, by the evening, I don't make enough milk for her. My absolute worst thing that I've like heard in late pregnancy, and you know, even now, is, oh, the weight will fall right off when you're breastfeeding. No, it doesn't. That might be true for some, but from what I can gather, for the majority of women, that's not the case at all. And your body might actually hold on to the weight because your hormones are all over the place. I know a good few women who didn't lose weight at all until they stopped breastfeeding. And I'll be honest, I struggle with my weight now. Not so much the weight, I don't care what the scale says really, but I do struggle with how I look. I was obviously very active before I got pregnant, and while I was pregnant, I'm a personal trainer. I competed in the strong woman sport, and I am still very active. Like, I still work out a lot, but the weight just won't budge. The fat won't budge. And I don't like the way I look. I wasn't a very confident person growing up. I was bullied a lot for being too skinny, funnily enough. No, that's not just it, but that was part of it. But then, like, the last, I'd say, 5 years or so, I've been a very confident person. And a lot of that has just kind of diminished, which sucks. And I do suffer with both PPD and PPA. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety. I do have quite a history of depression, so I was always told it's much more likely that I will suffer with postpartum depression, and sure enough, that's the case. So I'm in therapy for it. No, I don't want to talk about it. Ain't nobody messaged me about it. Thanks. I'm fine, or I'll be fine. But yeah, I am in therapy for it. And I might go into a little bit of detail on the postpartum anxiety and what that looks like, either in this video or in another video. But yeah, so the weight will fall right off when you're breastfeeding. Don't tell people that, okay? That just kind of creates an expectation of something that is actually not all that likely to happen. So yeah, but other than that, I love breastfeeding. I love breastfeeding her. I love when I look down at her and she looks at me and she smiles at me. I love the convenience of it when you're on the go. You don't need to bring bottles and formula and water and all this kind of stuff, because I am all that stuff, you know, like it's just in my body, so it's just so handy. I finished feeding, or she finished feeding, I guess I should say, so I'm gonna go get dressed. Look at my. Can you hold it? Willst du es halten? Willst du halten, Schatz? Ja. Guck mal. Ja. I try to play with Marlena a lot. Usually we're here probably 2 to 3 times a day. She can do probably about a half hour at a time before she gets a bit cranky. We do some tummy time. We play with toys and books. I also read to her. Usually we do that on the couch, so we'll do that later. I don't believe in screen time, especially for babies this young. I think it can lead to a lack of imagination. It can lead to speech delays. These are just things that I believe. You're entitled to your own opinion on this, but I think if, you know, your kid is watching some weird looking cartoon character on TV that doesn't even properly talk, it's not going to do a whole lot for language development. I do think that TV can help imagination to a degree. Like, let's say, you know, she's a little older and she watches a detective show and she wants to, you know, play detective. That can definitely help. But then I think it needs to be a limit of, okay, this much is watching the show, and then because you can't just constantly watch it, you have to come up with your own ideas of how to play it. So she's got some fluff on her hands. So I think for children this young, oh, that's not your toy. I don't believe in screen time. Again, each to their own. I'm not going to judge anybody who has other beliefs. I have a lot of friends who let their kids watch a lot of TV, and I think that's fine. That's their child and their opinion on it. I just personally don't want this for her or any of our other children. So whenever she's awake, the TV is off. During the day anyway, usually when my husband comes home in the evenings, he will turn it on, just because it's his way of kind of relaxing in the evenings. But I think, again, as she gets a little bit older, we're gonna stop doing that as well, and just have it off whenever she's awake. I think pediatricians generally recommend no TV before 2 years old. I don't know if we're gonna go quite that far. I also think not letting them watch TV all the time helps. You know, you can use it as a tool, because then TV is something special, and so they will just sit down and watch it because they're so excited to be allowed to watch it. Whereas if it's always on, it's nothing special, so why would you actually sit there and watch it? Does that make sense? So yeah, we just do a lot of playing. She has lots of different toys. We don't really have a whole lot of electronic or light up toys either. We have this one, which makes some noise and some light, but that's literally the only one that she has that does that. She has a lot of books. This is her favorite. It's obviously it's in black and white and red, because they say, you know, they can see these colors a lot better when they're really small. Look, she's already fascinated by it. And then I also speak exclusively German to her. So for example, in this book, it says bumblebee, but then I will tell her it's a Hummel.
right? I won't read this, if that makes sense. I will say, look, the Hummel, and the Hummel goes bzz, you know, because I speak German to her. Anytime I play with Marlena, Earl also wants to play. So, Earl, come here. Go around, gentle, gentle, come here. Come here, don't step on her. Come here, Earl. You're not, he's not doing it right now. I kind of blocked all his ways out. So, gonna get him to come here. And sorry for the dog, but go get it. So I usually throw the toy for him as well. But yeah, so if a book is in English like this, I will just say the German words. It's not like she can read anyway, right? So, Gesundheit. So yeah, we're gonna return to our playtime now, instead of me just talking to the camera. Sorry about the dog. Ist Mama ein Motorboot? Yeah. So I just got Marlena dressed and nursed, and now I'm gonna get the dog ready and we're gonna go for a walk. He's excited. I don't know if you can hear him in the background, but he's like, let's go already. So let me get him ready. Okay, so we're out on our walk, and this is where the postpartum anxiety kicked in. I wanted to go take Earl into the fields so he could run, and I would have to baby wear her, which I like doing, but I always feel like she's going to suffocate on my chest because I have to wear a scarf. Like, it's freezing out. It's literally snowing this morning. It's really hard to put this carrier on by yourself in a way that she can sit in there properly, because it's got a clip on the back, and how are you supposed to clip it on the back by yourself? Now you can move it up towards your shoulders and I can clip it there, but if I clip it there, then she kind of just sinks really low, like it doesn't sit properly. So it just gave me so much anxiety that she's gonna freaking suffocate on my chest, that in the end now I decided to just put her in the stroller and we're gonna just walk the airfield here on post. I would love to baby wear her more, but it gives me so much anxiety that she's gonna suffocate on my chest. So if anyone's got recommendations for a better freaking baby carrier, I really love a linen one that I can kind of use. I have a ring sling, but I hate it. I say cannot make that thing work for me. I tried everything. I watched YouTube videos. I tried and tried and tried, and it's just not comfortable and I hate it. But yeah, now I feel bad because I'm not baby wearing her, and I feel like that would be better for her than me pushing her around in the stroller, and yeah, so that wasn't fun. And then these apartments are so freaking small that if you have like one thing on your dining room table, it's just everything feels cluttered. So I was trying to put her in the bassinet for the stroller, and I couldn't find any space to do that, and then she was screaming her head off and the dog was whining, and yeah, we're just gonna go for a walk. I brought my headphones so I can listen to a podcast, and hopefully walking will help me to calm down. So we just got back from our walk. Little Munchkin here was a little hungry when we got back. We walked a good, I'd say 45 minutes. We stopped at the gym on post to go to the bathroom, and Yeah, she's all smiley now. She was awake for most of the walk. She was a little unhappy in the last 10 minutes, but other than that, she did great. It's really cold out, but I try to go outside with her every single day. I mean, we have to, right? We have a dog. He needs to go out. And it's really important to me that we go out with him and her, because I believe that being outside every day, getting the fresh air and all of that will help strengthen her immune system, help her realize and learn that being outside is fun, being outside in the rain is fun, being outside in the snow is fun, being outside in the summer is fun, being outside in the spring is fun. So that, yeah, the outdoors are fun and it's something that we're gonna love to do. So I take her outside every single day, unless it's absolutely horribly storming, then I will see if someone can watch her for 10 minutes while I take the dog out. But 99.9% of the time I will take her with me, because yeah, I think it's important. So now I am starving. It is 11:20. I think she's probably got another 20 minutes to 30 minutes until she's gonna be tired again, so then I can eat lunch. But until then, I'm sorry, I'm really itchy, I think, because my face got really cold outside. Cause yeah, I'm really hungry now, so I'm gonna find myself something to eat. So it's time for us to read. She loves sitting like this and watching her feet, and it's just a nice position for me to read to her. And Earl, dog, now decided to fly with a really noisy toy. Good timing, my dude. Okay, so we're reading a book called Opa's Insel, which means Opa's Island. And that's what we're gonna read. I had it as a kid. It actually has a sticker in it from me when I was a kid. So. Das ist Timmy. Timmy ist 6 Jahre alt. Kennt schon mehr als du denkst. So, Marlena wird jetzt ein bisschen quengelig. Wrong language! Marlena is starting to get a little fussy, so we're gonna change the diaper and then go lay her down. I'll try and film some of it. I don't know how well exactly that's gonna go. I also realized that I need to free some space on the HD card. Otherwise, I ain't gonna be filming much more really soon. So right now I'm just changing her diaper and then I'm gonna go lay her down. Just put Marlena down for a nap, and how that usually goes is we go change her diaper, we take the sleep sack into the bedroom, we close the curtains, and I put the sleep sack on the bed. Then we sit down and I nurse until she needs to burp or until she somewhat falls asleep in my arms, and then I put her in the sleep sack and burp, not always in that order, nurse some more, then just rock for a second or two, and then put her down. Sometimes she's still slightly awake, sometimes she's already completely passed out. I know some people have feelings about nursing babies to sleep and their opinions on it. You're more than entitled to your opinion. It's something that I choose to do. I think it's important to me and her. But yes, I know she's down for a nap, which will be about 30 to 45 minutes. I don't think I can film me making lunch and stuff because I'm running out of space on this SD card. So I'm going to try and attempt to spend some of this lunch break that I have also clearing up this SD card.